Hello, where from this Jane's Videos, and I'm back with another Wolfman review, and this Wolfman review is on the Lemax Spooky Town 2020 Black Raven Manor. I just got this from Michael's, and I am astounded by it. This has to be one of my favorite pieces of the year, if not my favorite. I love it so much. I think it's fantastic, and I'm so happy to have it. Now, I do hope to get some more pieces this year, but the prices are really high this year, so I don't know how many more I'll get, but this one was one that I definitely needed to get. So, it's being sold at Michael's for $119.99. Like I said, the prices are high this year. Usually, in the good old days, a piece like this would only cost you like $80. Now the pieces like this cost you in the hundreds, and the pieces that don't even do anything cost you around $80. And I don't blame Lemax, I blame Michael's for that, because Michael's has gotten super high with all their prices recently. If you guys remember the $600 Scarecrow last year, which no one bought, so they had to mark it down to $200. Thought that would teach them their lesson. It didn't. They're still doing really high prices. It's not Lemax's fault, because Lemax sells their stuff other places for cheaper, but a lot of the Lemax things are Michael's exclusive, so you kind of have to get them there. But yeah, Michael's is really ranking up their prices, and it's upsetting, but it is what it is. What are you going to do about it? Anyways, I got this with a 30% off coupon. If you want to know how to get that, if you click on the 20% off coupon online, and that's another reason that way that it shows Michael's is getting greedy. They stopped doing their big coupons, and they're only doing 20% off now. But if you click on the 20% off online, it gives you an option to sign up for their text messages, and then it will send you a 30% off coupon. You can get that 30% off coupon. Then you can cancel the text messages at any time. That's how I got this, and I'm happy because I only paid $89 for this, which is still a lot. It's still more than it would have been if they would have made it cheaper and if they would have had big coupons still, but still happy to have this one. Anyways, without any further ado, let's get into the actual review. So I first want to start off by saying this piece looks phenomenal. We're going to start up here. You got the ravens circling around the top here. I think that's fantastic. That with this, it doesn't come like this. You have to attach it yourself. But I think they look fantastic circling around the top. It gives its name, Black Raven Manor. And in the past, they've used kind of bigger wires, so it's easier to see things like this that circle around the top. But these wires are very thin. As you can see, you can hardly even see the wires that are holding the ravens on, which is fantastic because it gives it the illusion that they're circling the building better. So that's a really good thing with that. Now, the detail on this piece is phenomenal. You can look at it. Lemax always does a great job with their pieces. There's never been a piece that I've thought, oh, this needs more detail. They always do a great job. If you guys know me, I love haunted mansions. They're some of my favorite themes for Halloween, and so obviously I had to get this one when I saw it. It's a classic haunted mansion, but I honestly think this is one of the best haunted mansions they've ever done. I have quite a few of their haunted mansions already because I'm obsessed with haunted mansions, so I always get them. But this has to be one of the best ones they've ever done. It's fantastic, and the audio is really great. You'll hear the audio in a little bit. But if you look down here, you got the ghost coming out of the window there. It's the same ghost mold that they usually use, but I'm fine with that. It's perfectly fine. You've got the two skulls on either side of the window there. Those look really cool. The whole mansion itself looks fantastic with the detail and everything. You move down to the door here where it says Beware Haunted. There's a raven on it because this is the Black Raven Manor. It's got a green light illuminating that, and then you've got the pumpkins right down there, which look great. I love the pumpkins. I love the glow of the pumpkins on this. Looks fantastic. Looks very Halloween. And then you've got this sign that says Seance tonight. Enter if you dare. I love that. And the sign for the manor itself. Black Raven Manor. It's got two ravens on the side of the sign there and then one perched on the top. It's great. I'm going to mention this guy before getting to the main thing first. I love when they use black lights on their pieces. These are actual black lights. They're just miniature black lights. I love when they do that because it really helps illuminate stuff, and this piece has a ton of black lights. This guy looks fantastic here, just hanging out over the balcony, the skeleton, and the black light on him looks great. You cannot tell how good the black lights are on camera, but they look amazing. Let me flip it a little bit here. The side looks great too. And then you have the back, which also has detail. I love how they detail the back, even though you're not going to see the back when this is displayed. I love how they still detail it. It's fantastic. And I also love how the ghosts that I'm going to get to in a minute, you can see them through the side window as well. I really like that. But I'm going to get to these ghosts now, because these are the main attraction of the piece. And now that I'm done talking about like the exterior detail and stuff, I might as well turn off the light so you can see this in the dark better. Oh yeah, it looks great. But these ghosts are the main attraction to this piece. And also I forgot to mention, actually no, never mind, I'm wrong. I was going to say the lights pulsate, but then I realized that it's only that light pulsating. But these ghosts look great. I wish you could see how good this looks on camera. It's not blue in real life. It's purple. Well, the ghosts look kind of bluish because the purple makes them look kind of bluish because it's a black light. But it's like a normal black light, how you'd see a normal black light. That's exactly what it is. This is purple. This is not blue. I wish you could see that on camera, but cameras don't pick up black lights that well. So you've got the ghosts in there. They're spinning around. I think they look great. The big indoor scene here that you can see through the giant front window. Oh, I think they look fantastic. These are some really awesome ghosts, too. It's a ghost design that they've never used. I really love the look of them. I think they look awesome. And then you move down here, and you can see why they're spinning. They're coming out of a chest, and you can see how they kind of, like, form into that chest there. They're coming up out of it. That chest is enormous, by the way. It is not small. It's very big, and these ghosts are very big too. If you compare it to the entire building, they are huge. So this is a pretty large piece. It's not enormous. It's not one of the biggest ones this year, but it's pretty large. It's one of the most expensive ones this year because it has 2 modes of animation. I'll get into the price later, though. For now, let's do the demonstration of the audio because I have to say the audio is what sold me on this the most. The audio is fantastic. Last year, if you guys remember, I complained about Spooky Town's audio. I said last year was one of the worst years for Spooky Town, in my opinion, because the pieces, they had some good ones, but the animated ones had awful audio. It was like kid-friendly sounding. I didn't like it. So I only got one piece last year. This year, I think, is probably one of their best years, which is fitting because this is their 20th anniversary. They made a big comeback this year with the audio. The audio is great, once again, like they always used to be. Last year, I think, was the only year that didn't have good audio. This year, audio's back to being fantastic. It's great. They've got a whole orchestra performed for this one, which is fantastic. You've got the trumpets and everything. You've also got the kind of ghostly sounds as well. You've got some screaming, which I love, and some guy like gasping in pain, which you can't hear very well, but you can hear it on the official demo on their YouTube or on their website, I think it is. So yeah, it's got some great audio. It's truly horrifying audio for this piece, and I love it. I think it's one of the best audios I've ever heard come out of a Spooky Town, and definitely the best audio for this year, hands down. Whether this one or the Ghoulish Gourd is my favorite of the year, I haven't decided yet. I'm going to need to get the Ghoulish Gourd too and put them side by side, figure that out. With whichever one's my favorite, this one has the best audio, hands down. So without further ado, let's get into that. This one, the audio, like I said, is fantastic. I think the audio on all of them are great this year. And if you compare, when you're in the store, the Graveyard Party is actually from last year. It was just never sold at Michael's. It came to Michael's this year. If you compare, if you listen in the store, you listen to ones like this, and then you listen to the Graveyard Party, you'll notice the big difference in the audio. It's so much better this year than last year. Last year it was super kid-friendly sounding. I didn't like it. There was no talking, no anything, and then they brought it back this year, going really strong for their 20th anniversary. So happy 20th anniversary, Spooky Town. It's crazy to think it's been that long. I've been collecting almost for the entirety of Spooky Town's existence, so it's crazy to think they've reached 20 years. But anyways, this is phenomenal. I love it. They went above and beyond with this one. I love this one so much. My only issue would be the price of $119.99. I do not blame Spooky Town for that. I blame Michael's, and Michael's really needs to take down their prices because it's getting ridiculous. But Spooky Town, or Lemax, I should say, I do not blame them for that at all because they have very decent prices on their other online retailers. So let me say, I do think this should be about $80, like the ones like this used to be. But I'm not going to take away too much for the pricing because that's not Lemax's fault, and I'm judging this on Lemax itself. themselves and how they did with this. So, on the Wolfman review rating scale, I'm going to give this 9 out of 10 claw marks. Actually, no. Let's do a 10 out of 10. I was going to give it a 9 out of 10 because of the price, but you know what? This is good enough to make up for that. 10 out of 10 claw marks. I really like this. If you like Lemax Spooky Town, I highly recommend you get it. Even if you don't collect Lemax Spooky Town, if you like Haunted Mansions and stuff, this is fantastic as just a table decoration or whatever. It's so cool. It's fantastic, and the audio is great, like I've already mentioned. So I hope you all enjoyed this Wolfman review. Keep howling at the moon, my werewolves.